Atlanta news first. Plus, starts now with First Alert Weather.
First Alert meteorologist JD Disharoon here with an update for you on not only the forecast for our area, but also want to give you an update on the tropics since we do have a tropical storm relatively close. Don't worry, not going to affect our weather, but a lot of folks like to pay attention to the tropics and kind of track what's going on. So we do have Chantal out there. This is a tropical storm. 45-mile-an-hour winds. It's been slowly strengthening today, and some slight strengthening is still possible before it makes landfall overnight along the South Carolina coast between Charleston and Myrtle Beach. Now, it's moving to the north at 7 miles per hour, which may not seem very fast considering we've seen systems, 10, 15, 20 miles an hour with their movement. But Chantal really hasn't moved in the past few days. So, this morning, early in the morning, around midnight, the movement was stationary. So some movement is good as we go throughout the next, 10, 15 hours or so before it makes landfall, and then really as it starts to move inland as well. So you can see there along the Carolina coastline is where we expect it to make landfall, just to the east of Charleston, maybe around the Georgetown area, around 2, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to be looking at winds about 50 miles an hour as it does so. That's the forecast. So again, that is a little bit stronger than what we are seeing right now. Quickly, though, it's going to really weaken as we get into tomorrow. So by tomorrow afternoon, a depression. By Monday morning, really tomorrow night, I would guarantee you it's going to be a remnant low as it moves up into the Raleigh area. Now, Carolinas to the east of the path of the storm, really because this is a lopsided system. Most of the moisture is on the eastern side of it. You could see 2 to 4 inches, maybe some isolated amounts higher than that, but overall, this tropical system is going to be on the weaker side. However, that being said, 50-mile-an-hour winds, nothing to sneeze at where it makes landfall at. So we do have tropical storm warnings from Surf City, North Carolina, down south to Georgetown, South Carolina. This does include Myrtle Beach and Wilmington, and then tropical storm watch is in effect for the Charleston, South Carolina area. As for us, again, no weather worries whatsoever. We're going to be looking, from the tropical storm, that is. We're going to be looking at the hot weather continuing on, 93 tomorrow, 95 Monday, 96 Tuesday. Maybe a stray shower tomorrow, less than a 10% chance. Monday, it's not going to rain. Tuesday, though, a stray chance works its way back in. We're going to be talking about a 20% chance of a shower working its way back into the forecast. We did have a shower earlier, actually a thunder shower earlier, up into North Carolina over near Andrews, but that's since dissipated. Otherwise, it's been just a quiet, partly cloudy day across most of North Georgia. On the warmer side, Newton's still looking at 92 degrees, 88 in Atlanta, 87 in Athens, 86 in Thomaston and Eatonton, 82 though in Blairsville, quite comfortable up in the North Georgia mountains, and almost hanging on to the 90s in Rome with 89 degrees. Now factor in that heat index, and it's not too much higher, and that's because the air is just not very humid out there, and we'll take that. Trust me, we're not going to complain about that at all. 88 is feeling like 87 in Atlanta. 81 in Helens, pretty much what the temperature is. Rome is 89, feeling like 90. So again, not as much humidity out there. And I think that's going to be the trend tomorrow, but by Monday it is going to start to creep back up. Meanwhile, our temperatures today, we topped out at 92 degrees. Our average is 90. Our morning low of 75 is 4 degrees above average. So put it all together, about 3 degrees above average for the day. Nowhere near the records. In fact, that 59 is the all-time record low for the month of June. It's been set on numerous times. Today just happens to be one of those days. And the record high is 100, set back in 2012. So right now, I picked this shot. I know the date is for Atlanta, but it's a beautiful sunset shot there of Lake Lanier. You can see those fair weather clouds up into the sky just kind of moving on through. We're looking at 88, though, in Atlanta. There's that relative humidity down into the mid-30s, and that's why it's just, feeling like 87. It's a comfortable upper 80s, if you can, imagine that. As they like to say out west, it's a dry heat. And that's what we're dealing with as we go throughout, today and tomorrow. But as we head into Monday, we are going to watch that humidity creep back up, and that's all going to lead to that chance of isolated showers on Tuesday. Again, temperatures right now, upper 70s to lower 80s across North Georgia, mid 80s here in the city, and those temperatures are going to drop fairly quickly as we head into the midnight hour, where we're going to be looking at 77 degrees. Overnight, temperatures right around the mid 70s across the city. I do expect for tomorrow morning we'll be in the mid to upper 60s across most of the suburbs. We'll be looking at 66 in Carrollton, 69 in Athens, 68 in Covington, LaGrange, and Thomaston, 70 in Eatonton and Gainesville, 67 in Canton and Ellijay, and 68 in Covington and Rome. Now, tomorrow's going to be another hot one. We're going to be looking at temperatures low to mid 90s across most of the area, even North Georgia mountains in the mid to upper 80s. Again, though, humidity is not going to creep up quite yet for the afternoons. So at least it's not going to be feeling too much warmer than this, but still 94 in Rome and Covington, 93 in Atlanta, Griffin, Thomaston, a lot of cities actually. 93 is the common number there. 92 in Carrollton, Canton, and Gainesville. Now, as we head into Monday, this is when the humidity is going to start to slowly creep back in. And I think most of us will be feeling like the triple digits as we start off the work week. We're going to be looking at 97 in Athens and Eatonton. Those two areas, along with possibly Covington, could be seeing temperatures near 100 to start off the work week. But the farther west you go, the cooler it'll be. So Carrollton's looking at 92. It's cooler. It's not cool by any stretch of the imagination. North Georgia Mountains, as we mentioned, still upper 80s to lower 90s. So not getting a lot of relief there in Helen. Now, as we go into next week, we're going to have those rain chances start to creep up. So again, humidity is going to work its way back into the forecast. So Tuesday, 20% chance of showers. It's also going to be a high of 96, feeling like the low 100s. Wednesday, the mercury starts to come down a bit as the rain chances go up to 40% in the afternoon, 40% again in the afternoon on Thursday. Now, here are those highs. Again, Tuesday's going to be the hottest day, 96 degrees, 94 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday. As that humidity starts to rise and the rain chances start to go up, we're going to notice those temperatures slowly starting to go down. But for tomorrow, we're going to be looking at those high temps. Again, low to mid 90s across most of the area. Somewhere between 90 and 93 is going to be very common. Higher elevations looking at the mid to upper 80s, and then mid 90s for your Monday. By Tuesday, mid 90s feeling more like the lower 100s with the humidity in here. And again, to emphasize, some of these areas in the eastern portions of our viewing area, I'm talking Greene County, Madison County, up towards Athens, over and towards the Eatonton area, could be topping out near 100 degrees as well. Now, that slight chance of rain from Tuesday gets a little better on Wednesday. We have a disturbance that's going to start to dive down into the southeast very slowly, helping to give us better chances of rain as we head into the afternoon and into the evening hours. And again, that'll help to keep our temperatures a little bit, a few degrees cooler than what we had been seeing. So low 90s by the time we get into Thursday. And that's where we should stay for Friday, with a 30% chance for showers and storms. Now, as we go in, notice on Thursday, if we can get the clouds in here, we're going to be looking at mid to upper 80s in a lot of places. It kind of depends on where you're at. The farther east you go, the warmer you are. The farther west you go, the cooler you are. So LaGrange maybe even 84, Carrollton 85 for your Thursday, and then again Friday 92. By Saturday, we're going to be looking at those temperatures near 93 degrees, a 30% chance of showers and storms. Again, we kind of mentioned this earlier in the week. The models are not agreeing too much on what's going to be happening Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Some of them are trending more wet, and that would keep our temperatures back into those mid-80s. Some of them are trending a little drier. That's going to put us in the low to mid-90s. I'm trending a little bit towards the drier one right now, but that could change as we head into the next few days. So obviously, the closer to the event we get, the better and more detailed forecast and analysis we'll have. But I just want to kind of put that on your radar, no pun intended, as we head into the back half of those weeks. Those rain chances could really start to rise as we make our way into Thursday, Friday, and possibly even into next weekend as well. So just kind of something to keep in mind. Other than that, though, enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. It's going to be another beautiful day for tomorrow. And I will be back on air at 10 o'clock on Peachtree TV, 11 o'clock on Atlanta News First. And then Isaac will be back tomorrow morning on air, online, and streaming with your latest forecasts.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text weather to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.